Hello, this is D. Allen with Life Lesson Sports, where we talk sports and life lessons. So today I want to talk about Shedeur Sanders and if he doesn't end up starting, being named QB1, what will happen to the locker room? And so we all know the history. Hey, Shedeur was projected to be a top pick in the first round, and he ended up going in the fifth round. So we've heard all about that, all of the theories surrounding it. Did the owners conspire? Was it his ability? Was it this? Was it that? We've heard every scenario possible. But I wanted to throw it out there and say, okay, well, what if he actually is a first round talent, which I believe he is, and he doesn't end up being named QB1 starter for the Cleveland Browns? What does that do to the locker room? Is Cleveland really trying to win? Because when you think about it, they traded out of the number 2 slot. Okay. They could have Travis Hunter on their team right now. Travis Hunter was the best player, is the best player in the 2025 draft, not based on need or anything like that, but just looking at a player, their ability, what they accomplished in college, and how it translates into the pros. There's no arguing Travis Hunter is the best player. The Tennessee Titans needed a quarterback, so uh they took Cam Ward, and that's fine. But Cleveland is sitting there with the number 2 pick, and they could have had Travis Hunter, and they didn't take him. They traded out, took to the number 5 pick, and ended up taking the D tackle out of Michigan. And I'm sure the D tackle out of Michigan will be a good player. I'm not throwing any shade at him. But they could have got Travis Hunter and they didn't do it. So you would have to ask, okay, is is Cleveland really trying to win or not? When I look at quarterbacks in this year's draft, Shedeur Sanders started all 4 years in college. He played a lot of football. He had 6 different offensive coordinators during his time in college. He threw for a lot of yards with a bad offensive line. He had a lot of touchdowns. He even ran in touchdowns. Had the highest completion percentage in the history of the NCAA. Okay, that's hard to do. That is very hard to do with a subpar offensive line, especially the last 2 years with the University of Colorado. And so I think his experience coming into the NFL, he's ready to play right now. Now there have been reports, and you have all of these ex players, and they know people. They talk to athletes that currently play. They even have relationships with people that work in the building, and people have said that I think Shady McCoy from the show Speak, that from what he's hearing, Shedeur is the best quarterback out of the 4 that are currently there. Flacco, Pickett, and Gabriel, and then of course Shedeur. Watson is still recovering, so it's 5 quarterbacks, but he doesn't really factor in right now. Now, I know there was a lot of drama with the big tight end. No, I'm sorry, the big defensive end, Miles Garrett, where he's like, look, what are y'all really trying to do? Are y'all really trying to win or not? So they bring Flacco back. Flacco in Indianapolis last year, he didn't really look that good. And in terms of the quarterback situation in And no shade at Flacco. I like Flacco. Flacco's awesome quarterback. So I no shade thrown at Flacco. I like Joe Flacco. I'm a fan of Joe Flacco. The situation in Indianapolis last year, they had inconsistent quarterback play from everybody that hit the field at the quarterback position. And so Flacco played with the Browns a couple seasons ago in 2023, took them into the playoffs, and they ended up losing. He was at home on the couch relaxing, and they called him in, and he got some wins in the playoffs, and they ended up losing. He threw like 2 pick-sixes in the same game. So he's not with the Cleveland Browns last year. They signed Deshaun Watson to that huge, fully guaranteed contract. He gets hurt and didn't really play all that well. And they had offensive line issues as well. And so that didn't completely work out. Big ups to Deshaun Watson for getting his fully guaranteed contract. And so now you have Shedeur Sanders, which has played a lot of football. I believe he got a bad rap coming into the draft. He dropped. Hey, was there any conspiring with the owners? We'll see, because they communicated with each other about not fully guaranteeing veteran contracts. I mean, collusion wasn't proved, but they did have conversations with each other, with the commissioner saying, "Hey, let's do something to limit these guaranteed contracts with veterans." So those conversations happen. So I'll be curious to see if these similar conversations happen regarding Shedeur Sanders and why he dropped the way he did in this past draft. But if he's not named the starting quarterback and he proves to be the best quarterback, does the head coach, Kevin Stefanski, does he lose that locker room? What happens to the locker room? Or are they comfortable with either Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett? Kenny Pickett is interesting. He was a first-round draft pick with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And whatever that relationship didn't work out, he went to the Philadelphia Eagles, backed up the quarterback there, won a Super Bowl ring actually, came in a couple of games, filled in, played well, but now he's with Cleveland. He's no longer with either of those two teams. He's with the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns didn't exercise the 5th year or the player option. I'll say that. I don't recall how many years, but they didn't exercise it. So are they truly comfortable with Pickett as a starting quarterback? And then you have Dylan Gabriel. He played a lot of football too. UCF, University of Central Florida. He was at Oklahoma. And then he was at Oregon this past season. The final game, I believe it was in the Rose Bowl. The eventual national champions, Ohio State, just really, he had a hard day against them. But I'm not knocking Gabriel. I'm not knocking Pickett. I'm not knocking Flacco. But I am saying Shedeur Sanders, in my opinion, is he's game ready. He ready to go. And from things that people are saying out of camp, he's the best quarterback there. But we'll see soon, because they getting ready to put pads on and they getting ready to play scrimmages against other teams. And there's preseason, 3 preseason games, I believe. So we'll see what he does with the reps that he gets, whether he's with the first team, second team, third team, fourth team, however it goes. He's already shown in rookie mini camps and mandatory mini camps and OTAs that he makes the most out of his opportunities. and other people see it too. So we'll see how this whole thing plays out in terms of if he's not named QB1, do they lose the locker room? What happens to the locker room? Does nothing happen? Is the locker room just fine or not? So I wanted to just throw that out there to see what you all thought. Go ahead and put some comments on there and like the video, subscribe, turn on your notifications because I'll be dropping more videos as we move forward. But that's just interesting to me. Is if he's not QB1, what will be the impact of the locker room? They didn't sign the running back that they had that rushed for all of those yards, Nick Chubb. They didn't re-sign him. He's with Houston now. There was big drama with Myles Garrett. Wasn't sure if he was going to stay, but he signs a big contract and he's there. So they took two quarterbacks. They got two first round picks next year's draft, their original number 2 pick, and probably like a number 9 pick. So are they rolling the dice and saying, oh, our quarterback is in next year's draft? Is that what they doing? I wouldn't do that because typically 2 out of 5 quarterbacks that are drafted in the first round plays with at least with the same team past their rookie deal. So it's a crapshoot. You can think there are quarterbacks coming out next year and it'll be a much better draft class, but you don't really know. It's a big gamble. So we'll see. I thank y'all for hanging out with me. Be on the lookout. I put out YouTube shorts with life lessons, really good life lessons. So be on the lookout for those. Again, I'm D. Allen with Life Lessons Sports. I thank you all for hanging out with me. Everybody be blessed, and I'll see you again real soon.